All right, Bo, thanks very much. Alabama reigns supreme as the defending national champ, and the Razorbacks have the golden opportunity to knock off the top-ranked team Saturday night. The Crimson Tide setting the standard, stacked with five-star players. Bama pacing the SEC in scoring offense while also ranking second in scoring defense. And this is the program with an FBS high 17-game winning streak. That is the longest in the nation. The Hogs' last victory over the Tide came back in 2006.
They're consistent performer in the SEC West, and they have good players, they have good coaches, and our goal is to get to that level someday. And you just go to work and you look at what they put on film, and you look at what you put on film, and you try to put your players in the best position possible to be successful. I think our guys are really going to embrace the plan this week, and we're excited to start, get out on the practice field tomorrow and start preparing.
The formula is still there. They're very clean. They execute very, very well. They play really just solid fundamental football.
Yeah, Bama's been doing that for a while now, to say the least. The program has the most wins in FBS since 2008. The elite numbers go on and on. 44 Alabama players have been drafted the past 6 years, more than any other school in the country. Now, all this stuff looks great on paper, looks great in recruiting. However, Bama has to refocus in its second SEC road game of the season. High praise for the 16th-ranked Razorbacks coming from Nick Saban.
This is a really strong opponent who's only lost one game this year, and certainly has shown an ability to finish games and win close games in the end. They're very well coached. They've got some really good skill players.
One of the key players for the Hogs, Big Skip, honored again by the SEC. This time, Dan Skipper is the league's special teams co-player of the week after blocking, get this, the 7th field goal of his career Saturday against the Alcorn State Braves. Some sad news to pass along. Frank Ragnow's dad, John, passed away from a heart attack shortly after the Razorbacks' 52-10 victory over Alcorn State Saturday. Coach Bielema flew back with Frank to Minnesota Saturday, returning to Fayetteville later Saturday night. Frank wants to play in the game Saturday against the Crimson Tide. A very emotional Bielema addressed the news Monday afternoon.
I called him, told him I needed to talk to him about something on film, and got him to laugh a little bit. He just showed up at the complex on a scooter, and I think once he saw me, he knew something was up. I said, hey, I love you, and here's a phone. Here's your mom. And so it was a tough couple hours. Very thankful to Warren Stevens. He gave us an opportunity to hop on a plane and take Frank home Saturday night.
And again, our thoughts go out to Frank and his family. Bama and Arkansas, 6 p.m. Saturday at Razorback Stadium. Some coverage plans to tell you about. Our Gear Up for Game Day show starts at 10:15 Friday night. Then catch us for our 1-hour Game Day show beginning at 10 a.m. We will have our 30-minute Pig Trail show Sunday starting at 5:30. All right, let's go around the SEC. Battle of unbeatens in a big showdown set for Saturday at Kyle Field. Tennessee at Texas A&M. The number 9 Volunteers against the 8th-ranked Aggies in College Station. UT finding ways in the second half in order to preserve their undefeated mark. Last week it was this Hail Mary in Athens. Meanwhile, A&M left Columbia with a 24-13 win last week. Despite playing without 4 starters, Aggies proving to be a very balanced offense, rushing for over 200 and passing for over 200 last week. Meanwhile, in Gainesville this week, 3-2 LSU in the swamp, squaring off with number 18 Florida. The Tigers passed their first test under interim coach Ed Orgeron, cruising to a 42-7 win in Death Valley in Week 5. Darius Geis, 163 yards and 3 touchdowns in that one. As for the Gators, they had to grind out a 13-6 victory at Vandy. Nick Washington securing the victory with a pick inside the final minute in Music City, pushing the Florida record to 4-1. The Gators had 2 interceptions and 2 sacks against the Commodores. The Gus Bus finally on the road this season. Auburn started with 5 straight home games out of the gate. The Tigers head to Starkville in Week 6 after blowing out UL Monroe by 51. Auburn 3-2, Mississippi State 2-2. The Bulldogs had a bye week last week. They are 1-1 in conference play. 11 a.m. kick from Davis Wade Stadium on Saturday. Vandy and Kentucky meeting at Commonwealth Stadium in Week 6 in Lexington. Both teams 2-3. The Cats already have an SEC victory this season, getting past South Carolina back on September 24th. The Doors still winless in the conference this year. And Georgia looking to respond after that frustrating end to last week's game against the Tennessee Volunteers. The Dogs away from Sanford Stadium Saturday night at 6:30. They will be in Columbia to take on South Carolina. The Gamecocks entering with a record of 2-3 overall, 1-3 in the SEC. Will Muschamp's team has lost back-to-back games. That is your SEC report. Bo. I'll send it back to you.